Sure. How you guys doing?
Oh, hold on a second.
Mhm.
There we go.
Is it up?
Yeah, it should be up now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. You guys can do everything, play football. Um, hey, I guess for both y'all, Alabama's won 14 in a row, and obviously you guys haven't been part of all that, but just what do you think about that streak, and how big would it be to be the first team to beat Alabama in so long?
That's really big to win 14 games in a row. Just to honestly, we're just gonna go out there and take that opportunity, to go out there and play Arkansas football, and the outcome will be the outcome.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's about taking it one play at a time and just going after it. I mean, we've gone against so many top tier opponents this year, and we just got to make sure we take that same approach.
You guys think the experience at Georgia, having played a highly ranked team on the road, big crowd, all that, do you think that'll help you guys for this game?
Yes, sir. I would agree with that because of, the environment that Georgia had. It'll be the same way at Tuscaloosa. And so, we just go out there and play our football, make sure that we, watching the ball and doing the little things.
Yeah, and the experience from Georgia of having that first real primetime game, something like that, like of a nationally televised game, we hadn't had that in the years prior. And now this week and all last week too, even for LSU, we've just been prepping for crowd noise as much as we can. Anything we get, we've been prepping for it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Christina?
Dalton, for you specifically, what did you learn on the line in the LSU game? I know Coach talked a lot about needing to block a little bit better in this upcoming game. And then how does the line prepare for a player like Will Anderson?
Yeah, we learned a lot about from LSU, just kind of a lot about how our line is, and you're running into a 5-2 box every time. There's 7 guys, you've got 5 blockers, and you got to figure out a way to get that blocked. And we had to do a better job of that versus LSU, and we took it on our backs now this week to make sure we do the same thing. And prepping for Will Anderson he's an elite pass rusher. He's great off of the edge. He's fast, twitchy, twitched up. He gets off the ball very fast too. And it's a lot of film work. There's a lot of film work and a lot of putting yourself in bad situations in practice to make sure you're prepared for it if you get into a bad situation on Saturday.
Trey?
Yeah, Treylon, I was curious, is it frustrating for you to be such a vocal point for opposing defenses? And I mean, I guess you take something away to open things up for other people, but that's got to be a little frustrating.
Yeah, sometimes, being triple covered, running down the field, sometimes, it gets frustrating that, I can't get the ball, but knowing that I got my teammates behind me that are going to back me up when their name is called, so I always look back on that. So it's really not that bad.
When KJ is scrambling, just for both of you guys, how important it is for you, to continue on with the routes and, do the scramble drill, all that stuff. And Dalton, for you, just continued blocking and knowing that, he could escape and buy time for himself.
It's really important just because, KJ is so versatile. He can, you never know. One person can't tackle him in the backfield. So he'll shake one person, get out on the edge. You never know if the ball's coming to you. So you just keep playing till the whistle's blown.
Yeah, that's the same approach the O-line takes too, is you block until the whistle's blown. And when you've got a special player like KJ, who it takes multiple guys to tackle, and he can make plays with his feet and his arm, it's all you can do is just strain as much as you can to try to protect him, or at least get that block that'll crease him off the edge.
All right, thanks, guys.
Tom?
Yeah. Hey, Dalton, Sam Pittman talked on Monday about the belief component to winning a game like this. He's already instilled the belief y'all can win games. You're doing that. But beating Alabama, how important is the belief part of this in this game?
Incredibly important. Like I said, we've played ranked teams before on the road, and this game's now about making sure we believe in ourselves, have the confidence in ourselves to lift us past what normal teams would kind of falter at. Like, it's lifting past that when they go on a run of points or we go on a run of points, staying even and knowing that, hey, my teammates got my back, or, hey, I'm going to keep communicating, talking, and seeing what we can figure out so we can get the next play going.
Yeah, and Treylon, could you address that as well? Just how important is the belief part?
Dalton nailed it just by, believing in each other, knowing that they're human just like us. And we just go out there and believe in each other and just play the game.
Against the blitz, Sam Pittman said that some guys miss blocks, but receivers miss blocks too. Treylon, how big is that when you're trying to do screens and stuff to the backs that the receivers get on their blocks as well?
Like I always say, it's important to block on the edge. Every now and then, we'll miss a block or not, but we know just to make sure we get it done that next play. So.
Okay, and Dalton, Will Anderson, how difficult might he be to contain in this game?
He's, like I said, he's an elite pass rusher. The kid's put a lot of great stuff on film. He plays this game like a grown man. Does a tremendous job bending edges, using his hands, powering through blocks, and it's really important just to kind of get hands on him and make sure that we take care of business when we've got to go against him. And again, he's a disruptive player in the pass game and the run game.
Okay, and my last question, Treylon, the Biletnikoff semifinalist came out today or yesterday, and you're not on the 10-man semifinalist list. What do you think?
I really don't care. I don't care what nobody thinks. I just play football for my family and my teammates.
Nate?
Yeah, with the blitz, because Alabama's not particularly a blitzing team, but after LSU's success, are you expecting them to blitz, and what do you have to do differently to succeed against it?
We got to get our eyes up better in the run game, making sure that our points are communicated and that especially on run through plays too, we got to make sure that when we're working on our combos, our eyes aren't drifted into that guy down lineman, that they're still on our point backer too. And it's Coach Kennedy's made a tremendous emphasis, and so has Coach Pittman, about making sure eyes are up, eyes are on the right backers, we're communicating the right way, and everyone's on the same page.
Or Treylon, you beat the blitz a lot earlier this year. What did LSU do differently, and what do you have to do to succeed against Alabama?
Really just, go out there and play our football on the offense. Take advantage when they're in man coverage and they're blitzing, take advantage of the middle, make big plays over the middle and just play football.
Thank you.
Otis?
Yeah, kind of going on what Tom asked earlier, guys, but confidence about you being able to beat Alabama. But how much does the fact that Alabama played LSU just a week before you did, and LSU was throwing it in the end zone on the last play to have a chance to beat them? How much does that help you give confidence knowing that you went a week later and beat LSU? I mean, does that help with the confidence factor? Both of you or either, whatever.
Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, you've seen a lot of teams that we've played Bama close. Really, A&M beat them earlier in the year, and
right.
We have played A&M, and to see LSU play them as close as they did, I mean, it just shows that you go in there with a belief mindset, confidence in your teammates, confidence in yourself, most of all. That anything can really happen on any given Saturday.
Thanks.
Hutch?
Dalton, you mentioned Coach Kennedy. Earlier this week, he made the Broyles Award nominee. I was wondering what you thought about that, and
what was the last part to your question? You kind of cut out there. Sorry.
What kind of impact has Coach Kennedy had on the offensive line this year?
Yeah, the O-line was so fired up to see him get nominated for that, and he's a tremendous coach. He puts us in great situations, and he coaches us as hard as he loves us too. And he's had a tremendous impact on us, just even from building a confidence standpoint of just putting confidence into you in practice and games, and your teammates feeling confidence to you too. Because when you go out there and you can play confident, and you feel like you're unstoppable. And that's what he's done to this O-line. He's made us confident. He's put belief into the O-line. And we're so excited to play for him. We're all fired up that he's nominated for that. And we just hope he wins it.
And also, I think this is the first time we've talked to you since you came back from your injury. How's your hand doing? And do you remember how it happened? And what was that whole process like, going through surgery and coming back?
Yeah, it was an experience. It was just a finger at the end of the day, but it just kept popping out and wasn't staying in place. And so there's risk of not being able to use it for the rest of my life. There's some things that are a little bigger than football sometimes. And Coach Pittman and I had talked, and we had elected with the doctor pretty much telling us that we need to get the surgery done. and I'd be back after the bye week. And with being back after the bye week is what really made me definitely get that surgery, is the ability to still come back and help the team. And that's what I was most excited about.
All right, Treylon, Wags, appreciate the time, guys.
Thanks, guys.